السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والصلاة والسلام على نبينا Muhammad وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, ألا لله الدين الخالص. Indeed, to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala belongs the pure religion. Khalis, it is pure from anything that would minimize or bring the religion down even one bit. Why? Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, He Himself is perfection. He Himself is the epitome of pureness. He Himself is the epitome of good. Anything positive, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the source of that. And therefore, if it was the religion of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, it cannot be anything less than pure. Subhanahu wa ta'ala. To Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala belongs the pure religion. We understand our faith when we read the Quran. When we read the words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, we cannot but understand it, and that this is the best thing possible for us. This is the best thing possible for the human being. When Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says pray 5 daily prayers, why? Because it's the best for us. When He tells us don't drink alcohol, why? Because it's harmful for us. It is the pure religion, it is the best of the best. And among the essential aspects of this faith is what we call ikhlas. Sincerity. We've all heard of this word. It comes from the same root or similar roots. Sincerity in the faith. It is so important that if someone does a good deed, even if it's prayer at night, even if it's charity, even if it's lending a hand to a fellow brother or sister, if it's not done for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala seeking His reward, then it is absolutely worthless. On the Day of Judgment, they will find that deed that they thought was going to bring them good deeds, was going to increase their ranks in paradise, is nothing more than dust in front of them. Now we know that it is not befitting for us, or it is not befitting for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala for us to do things claiming it's for Him, but it's really not for Him. But there are other elements at play here. Why is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala so keen on us having sincerity towards Him when He is completely self-sufficient, free of anything that we can offer? What's so critical about ikhlas? That some people, may Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala protect us, some people will end up losing everything just because what they did was not for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Why is it so important? Well, there are two things at play here. Number one, when we do stuff, when we do our deeds sincerely for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, essentially what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is doing for us is keeping the relationship one-on-one. It is between me and you, because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala cares about us. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala wants us to be completely for Him, because there is nothing that can give us more than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. There is no one, nothing that can bring us more mercy, more happiness, more good in this life and the next life than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Therefore Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us make the relationship one-on-one. So much so that as the Prophet ﷺ teaches us, when we give charity with your right hand and your left hand does not know. Why? Because it's going to be one-on-one between us and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because He cares about us. Imagine that. SubhanAllah, look how much Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala cares about us. Wants to be merciful towards us, wants to give us, cares about our happiness. And the second thing is that there is nothing healthier for our hearts, for our bodies, for our minds, for our societies, for our kids, for our parents, for our siblings, for mankind, than what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us. Therefore, He is telling us it's an obligation upon you to do what you do for His sake. Why? Because that brings good not just to the self, but to all of mankind. Sincerity is crucial, it is critical, and it is also a major struggle. As the Prophet ﷺ tells us, shirk in this ummah, shirk in the ummah of the Prophet ﷺ it goes undetected like the footsteps of a black ant in a black night on a black rock. But he wasn't talking about worshipping other than Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. He's talking about the minor shirk, riyā, ostentation, doing things for other than the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That's pretty scary. But Abu Bakr asks a question. Says, Ya Rasulullah, how do we get rid of it? Look at that. He didn't start bickering and saying, oh, why is it so hard? Why this? And logically it doesn't make sense. And explain it better. Maybe it's this. Maybe you understood it. He said, Ya Rasulullah, tell us how to deal with it. And he taught him a dua. Allahumma inni a'udhu bika an ushrika bika wa ana a'lam wa astaghfiruka lima la a'lam. He says, say this, O Allah, I seek refuge from you from committing shirk while I know. And I seek forgiveness from you for doing shirk, that which I don't know. There's a dua. And there's something else we can do. It's actually quite simple, but it requires us to get into the habit of doing it. If we are struggling, and this is a struggle, should I do this for the sake of Allah? People are looking, I'll get praised, and that's nice for us, right? So what can we do? Just think about that day. And I always mention this because the Quran always mentions it. Think about the day of judgment. What is a few praises from people going to benefit you on that day? On that day when we run away from our parents, from our kids, and from our siblings, and from our spouses. What is a praise or two going to do for us on that day? In comparison to doing a good deed, which Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala takes it, invests it, and continues to make it grow until it comes as a mountain to you, a mountain of good deeds. Compare the worldly pleasures to the pleasures of paradise. Compare those. And the answer is quite simple. What do I want more? A few praises? A few bucks? Or do I want paradise in which rivers flow under me? Castles in the sky, subhanAllah. The answer is clear. We all know the answer. So the next time we have that struggle in the heart, remember this. Do I want what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is offering me? Or do I want what this world is going to offer me? So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make us among the sincere people. Ameen. We have a few announcements. Please pay your zakat.